That's right. It's the morning show right here on KVVB TV, channel 33, and Facebook Live, Periscope TV, and YouTube Live. Also, what's the other ones that we're on? We're on quite a few. LinkedIn Live as well, if I didn't already mention that. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
And today's a national day of sorts. Want to find out which one you want to celebrate today? It is National Cream Puff Day, I'm going to wait on that one. National Science Fiction Day and National Personal Trainer Awareness Day. Which of these, Jesse, will you want to celebrate today?
The Cream Puff Day sounds good, but I'm gonna go with Science Fiction Day.
All right,
It's every day
okay.
for me.
I like your choices. I like your choices. All right. So look for me. I'm thinking about a personal trainer this year. I don't know. I want to because I know I can lose the weight on my own, but getting like that muscle figure. If you could like get into any type of muscle figure person, who would you want to like emulate? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, or not so big like that, or a little less in size? Because I'm kind of going for Henry Cavill. Have you seen his workout
Oh,
regimen?
okay. No, I have not.
Yeah,
Is it extreme?
that man is a beast. Yes, it's no wonder he is Superman and The Witcher at the same time. Which, by the way, I believe for those of you tuning in, The Witcher actually bypassed Mandalorian. Of course, Mandalorian's already reached its final season, which is the first season. Not final season, like there's another season coming, but final episode of the season. Right? Help me out, Jesse. Right?
Yeah, no, you're doing good.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. We got lots to talk about today, including Applebee's very own Bill Norby will be joining us just around the corner, as well as some of the latest stories, including some of your comments as well. In fact, I think Diana had sent us a comment about privacy. We got another story about privacy and all those nice new devices you've gotten over this season. In fact, Jesse, did you get any gift that you can share or talk about?
You mean that I received for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was one memorable gift that my girlfriend gave me, which actually brought a tear to my eye. So she kind of,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
she got a sentimental gift. So.
Oh, oh, those are the best kind. Okay, we're going to talk about all that and more right after these messages. Stay tuned right there. We'll be right back right after this. All right, we're on our commercial break here. Got seconds to go in just a minute. Jesse, are you willing to share what you got, or are we going to have to like ask Casey to like type it out for us?
We got 20 seconds. No, I'll say what it is. It's no big.
I just realized I have all this off air here. I'm trying to get my energy drink in, but I'm a little slow today.
I feel ya.
Yeah,
Gotta recover from that New Year.
I'm telling you. And you know, we didn't even do anything like exciting. It was non-exciting
2 seconds.
for your time. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our already live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. Yes, we're happy to have you here with us on this first morning show of 2020. So excited about it because we've got lots to talk about on today's show, including just looking forward to this year. Lots of really cool things happening behind the scenes. We can't wait to share them with you. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
All right. So I think I kind of startled you over there. Okay, let's talk about some of the things that are pretty cool and happening right now, which is the Rose Parade. Now, each and every year, I usually tune in to the Rose Parade. This was probably the first year ever that I haven't tuned into the Rose Parade. Jesse, did you get to watch it this year?
No, unfortunately, I did not. I actually wanted to see it because one of the schools from Moreno Valley is going to be there. So,
Oh, was there, you mean? Was there or is there? Uh, yeah. So Rose Parade again, pretty cool. For those of you though that may have missed it, or maybe you did see it, they always have a viewing thing that you could do. You could actually take the whole family to go watch all of the Parade floats in person. And you're probably wondering, cool, right? Yeah, that's happening in Pasadena. It's a visitor guide to the Pasadena Rose Parade. All you have to do is just go and check it out. There is, I believe it's over there at, where does it end? Check the Rose Parade website, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, look for it on the, yeah, I'm looking at all the cheap ways. Anyway, if you missed it, which I did, you can go check out all the Rose Parades. Just go ahead and find it. They actually park them over there at the very end, and I didn't get the right page here, so I'll have to figure it out later. But go check it out, Rose Parade. For those of you in Southern California, you can easily find it, and some pretty cool stuff, of course, that happened over the beginning of the new year, including a B-2 stealth bomber, pretty cool. Marching bands, floral floats, and very much more. The 131st Rose Parade, of course, did everything well. So there you go. All right, I know a lot of you are wondering, how did everybody celebrate the New Year's? Jesse, how did you celebrate yours out of curiosity?
well, let's see. New Year's Eve, I just stayed home because I had to work in the morning. So, but on New Year's Day, I did go to Applebee's to spend dinner with my girlfriend.
Yeah, I
So that was
saw your
nice.
check-in, by the way. Okay, so what did you order out of curiosity?
Oh, we ordered that. They had like a 2 for 27 deal where it's like you get an appetizer and two entrees. So
Okay.
I got a whiskey bacon burger. So that was really good.
Oh, that sounds delicious. All right. I had bacon yesterday. Actually, Brenda made a really good apple bacon. You know, we got it at over there at Stater Brothers, our good friends over at Stater Brothers. They cook them like fresh. I'm used to getting the Farmer John's version where they just pack them, but it was different getting Applewood bacon fresh from the what is it? Not the deli, but the butcher, or the person that that's the deli, right? The deli. Okay. You'll have to forgive me. I am still trying to. Part of me is still left in 2019. I'm trying to catch up here to 2020. So there you go. All right. There's a couple stories here that I think many of you might want to check out, including this one. Robocalls. Are you sick of them just yet? I know I am. I'm sick of them. They're just terrible. Jesse, how are you doing over there with the robocalls?
Uh, if it's an actual robot person, I'll be angry. But if it's a real person, I'm kind of gonna get some joy out of it because I'm gonna play some jokes on them.
Well, according to this, there was a latest bipartisan legislation which expanded the power of the Federal Communications Commission to deter spam calls and reinforce the responsibility of individual phone companies to protect their own consumers. Now, according to Maureen Mahoney, who's the policy analyst with Consumer Reports, she said with this legislation, phone companies will be required to give all consumers meaningful new protections against these calls, and Americans will finally get some relief from the ringing telephone. However, consumers may receive fewer spam calls in 2020. That's something good to look forward to in 2020. They won't disappear overnight or entirely. The Telephone Robocall Abuse Criminal Enforcement and Deterrence Act. And that'd be kind of cool. I mean, we watched Men in Black this yesterday. Brenda saw it for the very first time. I've seen it probably for the umpteenth time. And it would be kind of cool to be like, I work with the actual government registration part of the Telephone Robocall Abuse Criminal Enforcement and Deterrent Act. Right? Wouldn't that be like a cool business card to hand out? What do? I help you not have to worry about those spam calls. According to this, it's the Traced Act. It increases fines on spam robocallers. Oh, this I can get behind, but they've said this before, Jesse, and I'm not a big fan of like when they say things and then they don't enact these things because you almost have to prove it. Because they used to say, and I want to say this was like 10, 15 years ago, that if you got a call and you told them take you off the list and then they called you again, they could get fined. But I've looked to try to find a lot of these. I haven't got no money coming to me. But according to this, $1,500 to as much as $10,000 per illegal call. It also requires phone companies speed up their adaptation of call authentication technologies to verify that incoming calls are legitimate before ever reaching consumers. What do you think about that, Jesse?
I hate robocalls. They should really just be. Go, wait, wasn't there? Oh no, that's something else. I was thinking of a way to actually block unknown calls, but they actually come with weird numbers, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It sucks. I know. It's terrible. Look, there are special devices that actually will like answer for you, and those are ones like when it's a human being. But those ones that are actually just the recording are more of a nuisance than anything because you can't respond. There's nothing you could do, and it's always that high pitched nasally voice that gets you, and you're like, oh, okay. It's that hello, and then you wait. There's nothing on the line, and then all of a sudden they pop on the line, right? That's kind of the deal. So they're just waiting. They don't even have the nicety of being on the phone to see if you're going to answer or not. Their robocall thing puts them on the phone only if they call. Look, I'm not here to actually bash any telemarketers out there, only because I actually used to make my money as a telemarketer. Yes, way back in the day, Jesse, I was a telemarketer, but I sold.
Oh,
Remember long distance phone like we used to have to pay for this. The kids don't know about this, but anytime you called outside of your range, you had to have long distance charges. So we were there to save them money on their long distance charging. And I probably took that job on for about 2 weeks and I quit because I was like, I can't do this. I just not made out for this. So there you go. But went through the training. The training was really good. So there you go. That's one thing. And so some of you could be actually excited about that. I look, and I'm not going to get super excited about it. All of these fines, first of all, they have to prove it. Then they have to like go through the process. And like I said, about 10, 15 years ago, this is exactly what you as a consumer could actually do. But then you having to prove the same thing was kept calling you. And I've seen people that get the same calls from the same companies over and over and over again. Then you call that company and they're like, we don't know of any such thing. So they claim ignorance. It's just a pain in the butt no matter where you go. So there you go. But this is something that some of you have already talked about, including Diana Chenevier. She actually tagged me in a post because she said that she noticed, I guess, somewhere where she was actually getting prepared, or I think putting on some, I don't know. Let me see. Let me get this. Where's she at? I missed it. It was a post about some privacy setting that probably wasn't enacted. So this is a thing many of you should be concerned about, especially those of you that got some of these cool devices over the holiday season. Perhaps maybe you got one of these cool Amazon's Alexa or the television sets with built-in Netflix. Well, we talked about this quite a few times about how they could actually listen in, or some worst case scenario, somebody can hack it and then listen in anyway. The research firm IDC estimates worldwide shipments of 815 million smart speakers, security cameras, and other devices, up 23%. And rightly so. I mean, these do some pretty cool things. And I know because we have an Alexa. And so it's kind of cool. I like telling Alexa to turn on and, put on like Frank Sinatra or some other music, or you could actually ask what is the top headlines today. Or you can even say, Alexa, I want to listen to the morning show on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, and that'll pop up all of a sudden. So look, I love smart speakers, but according to this, you could sidestep the risks altogether by returning the devices. But if you decide to keep them, that's according to this, and this was actually published by ABC News. I think ABC forgot that they're featured on these devices. If you decide to keep them, though, the artificial intelligence behind them, there's some things that you definitely want to see. Smart speakers such as Amazon's Echo and Google Home, they let you check weather and appointments, but many of these devices listen constantly for commands and connect to corporate servers to carry them out. Typically, they'll ignore private chatter, or so they say. That's all of the conspiracy theorists in us, and transmit sound recordings only when you trigger the device, such as by pressing a button or speaking a command phrase like, okay, Google. Some gadgets also have a mute button to disable the microphones completely, but there's no fully easy way to actually disable it, but you may want to go into not just your history. You can delete your voice history. Amazon actually lets you request automatic deletions after 3 or 18 months, but you need to set that up. There's no option for Amazon from saving your command history at all. And so what do you think about this, Jesse? Kind of creep you out, or make you feel good at night?
No, that's actually kind of creepy, but I don't know any person that would want to hear the conversations I have. So, yeah.
like, they're like, there's nothing big going on over here. Don't worry. Nothing to listen to, everybody. Okay, all right. So there's that, and then there's some new laws to look forward to. Again, we're talking about some stuff to look forward to in 2020, including this. And so you might have questions on a couple of these. Of course, minimum wage hikes, fees for electric vehicles, new consumer privacy rules, gun regulations. Just some of the few things that are actually being changed this year. A majority of the country will start seeing larger figures on their pay stubs. That's right. More than 20 states and 26 cities and countless have increased their minimum wage. So, yay to those states. In some states, including Florida and Ohio, the increases are automatic adjustments to account for inflation, while raises in other states, such as Michigan and Arkansas, are the result of either legislation passed by state houses or ballot measures approved by voters. Now, the pay hikes come amid a year-long push by organized labor and progressive groups and politicians for a universal $15 minimum wage. They argue an increase is necessary in the face of stagnated federal minimum wage and rising cost of living, despite the U.S. economy arguably being the healthiest it's been since the Great Recession. Now, that's one thing. Now, according to this, there's a little bit more. California data privacy law. Yeah, that will effectively give consumers nationwide more control over personal information that companies collect and sometimes share with other companies. Now, if a consumer asks for it, many companies will be required to hand over data that's been collected, explain why it was collected and with whom it was shared. Consumers can request to have that data erased. So, good idea, bad idea? What do you think, Jesse?
Yeah, they don't need to have any data on me. But
but again, you have nothing like impressive to talk about, so that's okay, right?
no, yeah, they don't need to hear my plots to take over the world. I mean,
And
it's failed a couple times, but
yeah, a new Oregon law bans single-use plastic bags in retail and grocery stores and restaurants, following the steps of California, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Maine, New York, and Vermont. So you all get to feel the pinch over there. That law that makes me frustrated when I have to pay for bags that I would otherwise normally have. Plus, they're even thicker than they normally are, and I don't think they break down as easily as they used to, because they used to be cheap, made cheap. Now they're not made so cheap. So there you go. All right, well, we got lots to talk about around the corner, including, yes, Applebee's very own Bill Norby joining us just around the corner. So we're excited about that coming up around just in a few minutes. So stay tuned right there. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, so we're on our commercial break, and I'm looking at your comments. There it is. I see it now. Thank you, Patricia. I was trying to, not Patricia. Sorry, Patricia's there. Diana. Diana says, yesterday I stopped at Dodge's, purchased a few items, and when I went to the ladies' room, I was surprised to see a big screen TV on in there attached to the wall opposite of the toilet. Oh, whoa. I don't know. I mean, based after that last story, how easy it is to hack these, I think she has a point. What do you think, Jesse?
Why is there a TV in the bathroom?
I
I mean, the
know.
restroom.
Well, I mean, technically, that's like every man's delight to have a TV in the bathroom, but that not one where you're like, in your own bathroom at your own house. I've gone into homes where they actually have like a setup with the TV that you don't have to miss the game. Think about it, like because you can't put pause. Well, you used to not be able to put pause. Now you have TV, so you can put pause. But you get what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, you're right, Jesse. I mean, I don't think the ladies are that big on television, right? Making me
Yeah.
wonder, Diana. I think you have at least a case to check it out. I would question the authorities there on that. I don't know. Am I wrong on that? Am I alone on this?
I don't know. It's just with all this hacking stuff, it's just creepy.
It is creepy.
Hopefully, the TV doesn't have like a camera or anything like that built in.
Yeah, especially if it's. I mean, then yeah, it's just a little too much.
Oh yeah, Bobby's like the camera could be hidden. Ooh.
Well, and again, a lot of these have those smart TV devices, right? So I mean, I don't mind if
Yeah.
it hears stuff, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna choose one, like whoever's gonna listen in on that stuff is pretty disgusting anyway.
We got 10 seconds
I mean, I
and
guess if you had
Bill's
like,
ready to go.
yeah, I guess if you had like this sound thing that you want to create different sounds from, you could do that. Yeah. No. So. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. We got a special man over there just waiting to tell us all the great, amazing things that they have at our favorite restaurant, Applebee's Grill and Bar. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Bill Norby.
Good morning, KMT listeners, and Happy New Year, Aaron, and all the KMT listeners. May it be a wonderful and 2020. So hopefully, it's got a great year ahead for us.
Well, speaking of which, look, 2020 is going to bring a lot of great things, including some pretty cool ingredients over there to Applebee's. You already have a lot of good stuff. Can you give me a hint? I don't know. Usually every month you choose a new drink. I don't know if you personally choose it or someone chooses it for you to choose for the rest of your restaurant, but I'd like to think you have some pull over there.
Well, some on a local basis, but our neighborhood drink of the month, that is done on a national basis. And January's neighborhood drink of the month, starting yesterday, was the vodka rum frostbite for $1. You can defrost your taste buds with flavor sensations of vodka, rum, blue curacao, creamy coconut, and pineapple, served on the rocks. That's a pretty good deal for $1. Vodka rum frostbite all month long.
Okay, so there you go. I know to order that now. Jesse actually ordered something yesterday. He ordered a couple of things. Evidently, he is a happy camper over there. Jesse, can you let us know what are some of the things you actually ate last night that you would order again?
Oh, I ordered the whiskey bacon burger, which was amazing. And we did the 2 for 27, so we got 2 entrees, and she got the 4 cheese mac with honey pepper chicken.
Absolutely. Yeah, I picked a couple of my favorites. And our 2 for 20 menu, 20, 22, 25, 27, depending on the entrees.
Yep.
You get an entree, 2 entrees, and an appetizer for a very low price. And speaking of low prices, all month long, also, it's all you can eat is back for $12.99. You can get double crunch shrimp, Applebee's riblets, and boneless wings. That's brand new now with boneless wings for $12.99 with endless fries. You really can't beat that.
No, you can't. And we're coming in today to take that. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, Bill, each and every week, you have a really cool contest that happens there at your own location there in Beaumont and Banning. This week, are there any winners from the Pick'em winners, or was it kind of slow because of the holidays?
Yeah, so we didn't speak to you last week because of the Christmas holiday, so we've got a couple of winners to announce from week 16. That was the week right before Christmas. We had 3 of our players get 12 of 15, so we did have to go to the tiebreaker and the Green Bay Packers Minnesota Vikings Monday night on Christmas Eve, and closest to the points. And the winner of a $25 gift certificate was Chris McAfee. So Chris, come on down. He has not picked up. We've called him, so we'll call him again. That's about a week old. But then more recently, we've got only one. On week 17, we had all 16 games on Sunday. There was no Monday night game, so I picked the Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams, just because we didn't know which was going to be the Sunday night game. They always wait till the last moment to see which one has the most playoff implications. But only one, it didn't matter because Sabrina didn't actually fill in the tiebreaker points, but there was no need for a tiebreaker because she was the only one to get 13 of 16. Sabrina Padilla. Sabrina Padilla is the winner of a $25 certificate, and she's already gotten her certificate. So congratulations to those folks. And we're not stopping now. We're continuing with the wild card weekend. There's 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. So come on down before Friday night when we close, and you can get a slip. Just ask your server or bartender, and you can be the next person to win a $25 certificate. So there's 4 games. You pick the winners, and then the very last game on Sunday afternoon is our tiebreaker total points scored in the Seattle Seahawks Philadelphia Eagles. So give us that one because there will be plenty of people who get all 4 games right.
All right, so I got a question for you. Obviously, Super Bowl's around the corner. Everybody's making their predictions. What are you comfortable going on record predicting coming up around the corner for February?
Well, as far as Super Bowl, we've got, the New England Patriots, for the first time in a lot of years, are in the wild card weekend. Usually they get the bye. But, you've got the Green Bay Packers over in the NFC who have the bye, and they're resting up and getting ready in the NFC. And, the Baltimore Ravens are looking very good, as are the Kansas City Chiefs over in the AFC. So you've got to figure that the favorites are the teams that aren't playing this weekend because they've got the bye, and those are the top 4 teams in the 2 different conferences. And you can never bet against the New England Patriots, though. And even though they are playing this Saturday in the wild card weekend, they very well could go ahead and get on a run. And there's a lot of good teams. All of it. Honestly, there's 12 good teams. That's why they're in the playoffs. Yeah, but I'd say my money's on Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. That's my pick here on January 2nd.
All right, so there we go. Bill Nordby over there, again, making sure people are happy over there at Applebee's. If you want a special discount, I believe is it Thursdays that are good with the kids as well at a certain time, or is that Tuesdays? I can never remember.
It's actually Tuesdays, which is $1.99 for kids eat for $1.99. Thursdays is our all-you-can-eat day, but that's kind of doesn't count. Thursdays is our all-you-can-eat here in this restaurant, which is unique to this restaurant. But nationally right now, of course, the whole month is all-you-can-eat. So Um, so that doesn't really count in January for us. That's all you can eat on Thursdays. But Wednesdays, don't forget Seniors Day, where seniors get 30% off. And if you're a KMET listener, every day you get 10% off. And so come on down and ask for your KMET discount.
There you go. See, a great day to take out your mom and dad to Applebee's because, you'll save a buck too. All right, Bill, thank you very much for spending time with us here on the morning show. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you. And talk to you next week.
All right. So, Bill Norby, everybody, again, over there at our amazing Applebee's in Beaumont and Banning. We need to take a break right now, but when we get back, we got more right after these messages. Stay tuned right there. We'll be right back. All right, we're on our commercial break here for those of you joining us for the very first time, which I see the numbers going up. So thank you for sharing our morning show video. I could see Judy's over there. Judy's always the reason we end up increasing in views because I know she shares to other Facebook groups, which I really do appreciate, by the way. We all do here on the show. Big shout out to those in Periscope. First of all, we got Gigati Padriak. Thank you for tuning in. Says hi. Hi, Gigati. Elizabeth Zenner, R. Freddy, Da Vinci Diva. Oh, Da Vinci Diva. Got it. Okay. Cab 007, and let's see, Fred Salinas, Hayusuk. Wait, never mind. Good night, folks. Reputation Week and My Junk Pile. That's a cool kind of username. On Facebook, we use our real names. So let's see. We've got Patricia Sommer over there. Says we have our smartphones. We don't need TV in the restroom. Right? That's creepy. In this day and age, knowing what we know, it's weird. I mean, do they have ads on there at least? Here's my question, Diana. What was on the television? That's what we want to know, right? But facing the toilet, were there no stall? Was there? I got so many questions here that need to be answered.
I think it was probably up in the corner of the restroom. Maybe they're playing like ads.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We got to find out. Although, look, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Not that I think anybody should listen to me, but if you want to point a TV anywhere, point it where they're just washing their hands. That way you can see who goes and looks at themselves in the mirror, fixes themselves, and then they don't wash their hands. If you have if you got to have a camera in the restroom, have it monitoring just those who wash their hands or don't. What do you think, Jesse? Good idea? Bad idea? Bad idea? That's a good idea?
No, I think that's a good idea because let's be real. Some people do not wash their hands.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So, and then they should have something in the front which says, beware of this person. Do not shake their hands. I think we
have 10 seconds.
We all could use that.
Yeah, I don't think public shaming would work too well. 2 seconds.
Yeah, maybe not. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. We're checking out some of your comments over here. Like this one, Diana says, I like Applebee's too. If you randomly like burgers at home, though, check out Sam's Choice brand. They've got Angus bacon and aged cheddar beef patties. Ooh, that does sound good. You can get them at Walmart in the frozen food section. So there you go. We got Patricia Sommer over there. We got Taz Zarate. Good morning, Taz. We got Sandy. It says, good morning, everyone. Still have my broken kneecap and big right toe broken. Yikes. Is that what's happening over there with one of our longtime Breakfast Club members? Says, have been packing and everything should be out this week. We'll be listening and driving. Oh, my goodness. Now, broken kneecap. I've got a messed up leg, but I don't know about broken kneecap. Have you ever had anything even close to that, Jesse? It sounds painful.
Broken kneecap, no. Broken wrist, yes.
Oh, which one, left or right? I think it's my right. I still have problems with it.
I broke my left wrist, and that was because I fell out of a tree.
Wait, how high was wait, whoa, I got questions now, Jesse. Okay, how high was the tree? And what was the reason
Uh,
that you got into the tree in the first place?
well, we used to live in Carson, California. So we didn't have, at that time, we didn't have like all these video games and internet and all that stuff. So, we went to the park or wherever. So we had a giant tree in our schoolyard. So I climbed it and I stepped on a branch that did not support my weight and I fell straight to the blacktop.
Oh, yikes. Oh, and right on and evident were you trying to land like a cat and you couldn't and you broke your wrist that way or
To be honest, all I remember is falling and then everything going black.
Oh, that's the worst. That means you passed out just a bit. Yikes. Okay. Well, at least so you didn't hear it crack. That's kind of like the worst part when you actually like remember the moment you just like. So I remember one time me and my friend, big shout out to Don Santos, who we would wrestle, right? Because we would watch like WWF. Well, at that time it was WWF, World Wrestling Federation. So in between like commercial breaks, we'd wrestle a lot, right? So we'd wrestle, and well, so I guess I tripped back. I went on my back, and somehow his weight came in on my shoulder, and my shoulder. I kid you not, my shoulder touched my chin. You're probably thinking, how can I make my shoulder touch my chin? Try it. It won't work because there's a little bone there right here called the clavicle or the collarbone, which prevents it from doing that. But when it does that, it actually broke the entire clavicle. So what I guess I'm trying to say to our social media listener over there, which is like in a lot of pain, we feel you, and we definitely want to say a big get well. And be careful on that, by the way. If the doctor told you not to move around too much or make sure it's in the cast, or I don't know what you do with they must put some type of cast for a kneecap, right? Like don't move it around too much, I would imagine. So do that. I can see Jesse, you were trying to touch it won't work. It has to break. So there you go. But so be careful there. Diana says, "Happy 2020, watching from aboard my humble yacht, Crown Prince, on the Emerald Coast, which is on the Gulf of Mexico of Northwest Florida." I just want to know how she tunes into us. Like, is it a special satellite feed that she has? It sounds pretty cool. So there you go. We got lots tuning in. Mandy and Diana. Oh, here's her update, by the way. On the television. Okay, for those of you that don't know, actually, I think we talked about this only on our commercial break. Diana Chenevere had shared with us that in one of her latest shopping experiences that there was a television that was pointed towards the toilet. So of course she's thinking, okay, well, we talk a lot about this on the morning show, how easy it is to hack, and especially if you have a Ring device, how easy those all got hacked, right? So she's like, hopefully there's no Ring on this TV device. Of course, the FBI have made awareness issues of certain TVs that have cameras in them already built in, which are meant to be smart TVs, but are none other, just pretty much big pervert viewing sections for those of you that are hackers. Yeah, you're perverts. I'm calling it out. So according to this, she says no stalls, no ads, TV show. When I saw the TV in the bathroom, I thought of two things. One, visiting Chuck Berry at his place in Wentzville, Missouri, when he gave me a tour of the restaurant he had purchased. And two, the story Aaron Sanchez talked about on the morning show about Ring. So there you go. See, we are here to help make you feel more creepier than normal. Because guess what? If you had not watched our morning show, you probably would have never thought about it. It would have never come to your head, right? But you're welcome. All right, so there you go. Oh no, Sandy says she ran into sliding glass door, and that's how she broke her kneecap. Ouch. I've got no words there, Sandy, except get well. Okay. Then there's this. Jesse, look, you as well as millions out there have all made their resolutions for this year. Have you heard of any good resolutions out there that you can share?
Uh, Not that I heard. Everyone always says they're gonna work out and stuff like that, but I think if they make like small New Year's resolutions, like instead of losing like 50 pounds, you know what? Try and lose 10 pounds or something like that. And not
Yeah.
necessarily lose weight, but just try and be more fit and active in general.
Yeah, go in incremental stages, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Well, according to this, there was a story as to how to solidify your intention. So we all have, and I like that. I usually like behavioral like resolutions and versus like a specific goal, like a financial goal. I got quite a few of those. But according to this, even just a few days into January, it's the right time to remind yourself why you chose your resolution. This is according to Feller, who is an expert on this, Maya Feller, who is a New York based dietitian. Because the majority are going back to the gym, because I can guarantee you right now, if you go into your local gym, every space is packed because
Yeah.
everybody's like, you know what, I'm doing this, and I I've got nothing to knock about this except keep it going, right? Keep it going because I see this happen in January, and so you have to wait for actual like devices. And part of you, if you've gone for a long time, you're like, ah, this always happens every beginning of the year. But my question is, what happens at the drop off? Why do you drop off? Don't drop off. Continue. But according to this, solidify it. According to the dietitian, she says this quote: sometimes after just a few days of changing your diet, you feel good and feel like you can let it go. In the early part of January, reevaluate your motivation and say, why am I doing this again? I'm making this intentional choice again. I like that. You know why? Because okay, so last year, around this time, and I'm thinking about starting it again. We did a 10-day, 15-day, and a 30-day healthy fit challenge, and a lot of people lost a lot of good amount of weight, and they did so very well. But I found that usually around the 15th to 20th day, people are like, I feel so good, I look so good, and this is including myself, by the way. I've done this where I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm pretty good, so I'm gonna go back to eating some of the foods I know to stay away from just because they're so good. I'm only gonna do it one or two times, and put on the brakes because that is a big no-no. Now, it's a okay no-no if you go back to eating the way you were supposed to be eating after that one cheat meal. But in that 30 days, your body's craving things that you didn't know your body craved. You're like, oh, give me the carbs, give me this, give me that. I need sugar. And you're wondering why you're having these cravings because your body's like, you're depriving me of all this stuff. And yet your body's still losing weight because it's now allowing to let it go, right? But so it's good to have an accountability partner for this fact. Now, Brendan and I have always used ourselves as accountability partners. I've also used others because I tell them, okay, I'm going on this and you got to be aware of this. And then they call me out because they'll be like, oh, I see you're eating that really good Applebee's burger ahead of me. And I'm like, they're like, what about your diet? I'm like, today's my cheat day, okay? Or it's after my 30 days. So there you go. But you got to, I mean, have you seen that, Jesse? It's a pretty, like, it's a back and forth situation. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm not like, what's the word? I'm kind of not, nothing controls me. And then we realize food controls us more than anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so be careful there. According to this, she also said what's going to help keep you motivated is continuing to thinking about the benefits you're receiving in both the short term and the long term. The more you focus on the benefits every time you do it, you'll see the good earlier. She added, what you want to say is there's too much good in this for me to stop. I like that. I like that because that's the same way it is with the gym, right? Like you go to the gym. Now, here's my problem with the gym because
Oh.
a lot of people, they put on all of these like, and they get sore, they get so sore, and they hurt for like a good week, right? You all know it. It's that time you do it, and then you're like, you know what, my body needs to rest. So then by the time the next week comes around, you're like, forget it, right? So let do it in increments. I like what Jesse said, do it in increments. Don't go all crazy all at once. Work into it, right? In fact, I know some of the really best trainers out there, which we've also had on the show, say they actually like to speak with people about their eating habits before they get them to the gym because it's the eating habits that often do the most amount of work or less work. And no matter how much you work out, sometimes what you eat actually can be going against the grain there. So be careful over there. And of course, look, it's that time. Many of you, I know you overindulged. I did too, quite a lot, by the way. So I'm first foremost saying I did gain some weight. Not gonna lie, because people are feeding me some good food, including Hickory Farms. Somebody just like gave us a Hickory Farms package. I'm like, oh, I love Hickory Farms. So there you go. All right, we got to take a break here on the morning show. What is your delight that you can't stay away from? We want to know in social media. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, so we're on a commercial break here. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate many of you who have stuck by us throughout the years, including 2019. Many of you always proving true each and every day. Some of you, it's okay. Sometimes I get it. Life gets busy. Have to go away. Got to work. Do things. Sometimes they don't let you listen to us live here on the show. But you can always check out the archived version, which I know many of you do, and we appreciate that as well. We have a story here, some of which somebody you know probably can use this story. Yes, it's all about vaping. We've talked a lot about that this year, but finally, at least a part of what is causing these major illnesses, they actually have come out and said. Again, it's a part. Still a lot to be looked at here. I find a lot of people still vaping. Jesse, have you?
Yes, I have not seen it stop one bit. We have
Yeah,
20 seconds, and it's not going to stop people from vaping.
Yeah. So I think it's good to narrow down what it is in there that you got to check for, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not going to stop.
5 seconds.
That's right. It's the
That's
morning
right.
show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM, KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, anywhere you could see streaming video. That's where we're at. Big shout out to Patricia Sommer, who says, a treadmill. Yes, I have that at the foot of my bed for a good reason. So, you know what, Patricia? I give you a lot of kudos on that because we used to have one of those stationary bikes in the house. It was there for like a good 5 days that we were all really like excited about it. And then after that, we were completely off of it. So I give you, Patricia, like 5 stars over there for continuing on that. Now, I got a question. What type of treadmill is it? Because I understand, I don't know if you saw this, Jesse. I'd have to look it up. But a guy gave his girlfriend one of these like special bikes, and then he got reamed for it. Did you see that?
No, I did not see it. Did he get reamed for it? I thought I heard a bunch of good things.
No, he got reamed for it. It's the Peloton Fitness videos had a random guy, the 42-year-old Brad Holchman, who works at a New York television network by day and spins under the username Brad Needs Abs, is one of the most recognizable figures in the world of stationary bike maker Peloton. And evidently, he said, look, I'm going to give this to my girlfriend. because again, this is a really cool bike, by the way. A lot of people would appreciate this. And so that was like a big deal. Good Morning America actually featured it. And some were like, getting mad that he was making his girl, who was already thin, they were saying. But I'm like, but that's exactly the type of person that would appreciate a bike like that. Like, I mean, if the person, like, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, I'd never been on a bike, and then he's like, hey, you need to be on a bike. I could see that being kind of going south really quick, right? What do you think, Jesse?
Uh, those bikes are expensive. Personally, I would love a Peloton bike, but yeah, they are pretty pricey, and they
Exactly.
seem really cool. It keeps you motivated.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they got some cool features there. But okay, so speaking of cool and not so cool, of course, we've talked about this for quite some time. And I've seen some of you still going on the vaping thing. And I'm like, man, if they would only watch the morning show. So there you go. Now, the CDC has confirmed that a particular vitamin, yes, you're probably thinking, I thought vitamins were good for you. Well, vitamin E acetate is causing a vast majority of vaping illnesses. Now, according to this, in a recent phone call with reporters, experts from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention finally answered the question that's been eluding the public for months. Why is vaping making people so sick? Now, they said, quote, this is them saying, we are of the belief that vitamin E acetate has caused the EVALI syndrome in the vast majority of patients. That's according to Anne Schuchat, Principal Deputy Director of the CDC. Her answer, timed to the release of a report from the CDC and the New England Journal of Medicine, represents the most conclusive evidence thus far that EVALI, e-cigarette and vaping product use-associated lung injury is being fueled by a single toxin. It's a major development, of course, but it's far from the thing that we've learned about vaping in 2019. In fact, two recent public health emergencies have captured nationwide attention as rapidly and extensively as this one. The crisis, which now includes, get this, Jesse, 2,500 hospitalizations and 52 deaths. And that's just the beginning, right? Because you got people that are super healthy, and then you got people that already have like weakened immune systems or weakened, like, I don't know enough about this to know, but like, I would imagine that over time, if this happens to just a big percentage of people at the onset, that over time we're going to see more and more down the line. And I hate to say it that way, but this is just something that we're going to see. It initially gained steam in late July when health officials in Wisconsin announced that 18s had been hospitalized with a severe lung injury. But look, I've been there when people were like commenting and saying, well, that's because these were like special e-cigarettes that weren't, they were kind of underground. They don't use the same ingredients that the others do. All I want is more information on this. But I don't know if the information that's coming out is enough to stop people from doing so. What do you think, Jesse?
No, it's not gonna stop people from. Well, now see, this is the question: is it regular like nicotine vaping juice, or is it THC vaping juice?
Well, the story goes on to talk about both black market vaping products, which are the most dangerous, by the way, like potential long-term effects, just not even on just lungs, developing brains in terms of acute lung illness. It's undoubtedly black market vaping products that are to blame. Individual states have reported skyrocketing numbers of the products on the market. In New York, the number of counterfeit THC vapes confiscated in New York, according to Fox News, went from 38 in 2017 to more than 210,000 in 2019. Multiple states are working on legislation to stop this practice. But vitamin E acetate, according to this, is mostly linked to e-cigarettes. The CDC found a link to THC vaping products in August. From there, both experts and reporters began searching for additives that may be causing severe injuries, uncovering the presence of toxins like hydrogen cyanide. Yeah, that's in your.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nickel, tin, and lead. But then came a breakthrough when the CDC revealed in a report morbidity and mortality weekly report that the lung fluid of 29 patients with EVALI from 10 different states all contain what's known as vitamin E acetate. The experts say the honey-like substance is the culprit, so basically stay away from that for sure. And they're saying that they might dilute some of these vapes with vitamin E acetate that started in 2019. But there you go. So lots more. I'm sure that will come out. I'm sure that's not the only culprit, right, Jesse?
Uh, well, I don't know. Like I every time they talk about, someone's being sick, I always assume that it's a THC cartridge and the person vaping is just assuming that it's saying that it's a nicotine, and they're just denying that it's a THC cartridge. But if you're going to buy a THC cartridge, get it from a legal place that's licensed. So, no fake products.
Yeah, no fake products. That's for sure. I mean, you'll at least be in a better position than those that are like, especially the black market stuff, because that is a thing, but it's not the only thing. So be careful with the information you get out there. This happened. I don't know how I feel about this, Jesse, but according to this, some pretty big names were announced for Sunday's Golden Globe Awards, including Charlize Theron, Octavia Spencer, and Daniel Craig. They're among the first presenters announced for Sunday's Golden Globe Awards. I can't believe, personally, that it's already coming up Sunday. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association also announced that other presenters will include Sofia Vergara, Kerry Washington, Tiffany Haddish, Glenn Close, and Will Ferrell. Kate McKinnon and Ted Danson will also present. I love Ted Danson, by the way. If you have not had a chance to go see The Good Place, you got to go see it. Have you seen that yet, Jesse?
Oh yeah, I'm the one that told you about it. But wait, was I? I don't know.
Yeah, you
But
know what? You might
yeah,
have been. You might have. I don't know. I saw it several places, but you probably said go watch it. It's good. Uh,
it is.
although we're gonna have to go back because I'm pretty sure I told you that it wasn't it me.
Oh, I saw it before I came here, so
Okay, okay, all right. You beat me. You're right. I just saw it like a couple months ago. Okay, fine. Ricky Gervais though will host the 77th annual Golden Globes Awards that will air on NBC. Okay, whew. I wasn't sure if they were going the same way that the Emmys went. The I don't know if you guys saw that they had no host, and that was yikes, just terribly like weird. Which also I think was the lowest viewed award show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so Ricky Gervais, very cool. He always kicks it up a notch. So we'll see what happens over there. Tom Hanks will receive the Cecile B. DeMille Award, an accolade for film. He is a four-time Golden Globe winner for his acting work on Big, Philadelphia. Oh my goodness, we're out of time. That's right. So okay, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same channel. Make it a great day. Remember, download our app. It's free. KMET 1490 AM. And for the rest of you here on KVVB TV, 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live, and much, much more, we want to say a big thank you for tuning in over there. We got Patricia Sommer says, have an amazing day, everyone. Mandy Lynn tuning in. Diana Chinevere says this, I guess I can't get in trouble since it's public knowledge, but Chuck Berry may have been one of the first who spied on women in bathrooms via his restaurant, Southern Air. I did not even know of this. I had no clue anything was in there, but then when I was a guest at his home, let's just say we had a few intense conversations, and I had to remind him we had to keep our relationship all business. When it came to sex and drugs, rock and roll legend Chuck Berry was quite an interesting, bold guy. I never met Chuck Berry, but I did meet one of the other Berries. So small world there. But there you go. So lots to choose from. We know you have, and so we appreciate you. If you want to check out all the great programming we have here at the TV station, just type it in kvvb.tv. You'll find it on your web device. So, Diana, you could check it out. And there's several ones that you could check out as well because there's a total of 5 channels up here in the high desert. So you could see which one is one that you want to watch. There's 33.1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So go check that out if you're local to the area. And other than that, I had one other story for the rest of you, including FDA labels about nutrition, but maybe we'll share that tomorrow right here on the morning show. Until then, we'll see you. Make it a great day, whatever you do, and have a fun one. Bye-bye, everyone.